know that the WNBA just got cornered, and they got cornered by reality. We're literally seeing in real time biology closing in on them like a vice. But I don't think any of us saw what was coming next. Just when you thought the "what is a woman" crisis at the Women's National Basketball Association had hit peak absurdity, I'd like to introduce you to what many are calling the next great star of the WNBA, a 6'3" Hulk that's already dominating the European women's basketball circuit. And because of the WNBA's war against reality, that Hulk is now threatening to bring that dominance here to the United States. Stick with me to the very end of this video because we're about to find out why this isn't just a controversy anymore. This is a trap with no exit, a genuine lose-lose for the league no matter which door they walk through. Hey gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your patron professor, here to help you make sense of the madness with breaking news and analysis you're not going to get anywhere else. So you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. I'm sure many of you are familiar with the controversy that has exploded throughout the WNBA, the Women's National Basketball Association. Indiana Fever guard Sophie Cunningham lit a fuse when she told ESPN a few weeks back that she wanted to protect young girls from having to compete against as well as undress in front of biological men. She said it was just common sense. And the White House itself weighed in with Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt confirming that this is an issue that the president feels very strongly about, keeping biological men out of women's sports and thereby maintaining the integrity of women's sports. Naturally, the ultra-woke wing of the WNBA revolted, with a number of players and coaches making the nonsensical argument that the league should be open to literally all, just as long as you identify as a woman, whatever that happens to be. Now, ironically, this fight exposed the league's dirty little secret. Their own collective bargaining agreement says, quote, only players who are women are eligible to play. But of course, it never actually ever defines what a woman actually is, right? That loophole practically dared reality to come knocking, and boy, did it ever. It started last Friday when former NBA player Enes Kanter took to social media and announced that he is officially declaring himself a WNBA prospect for the 2027 draft. Quote, after careful consideration reviewing the current eligibility guidelines, I am officially declaring myself a WNBA prospect. If simply declaring who you are is all that's required, then I meet every single requirement necessary to compete in the WNBA. And then just hours after that announcement, 6'8" NBA star Royce White announced this.
Earlier this week, I made the announcement. I'm transgender. I'm a woman. I identify as sometimes identifying as a woman for purposes of basketball, professional basketball. So I'll be declaring for the WNBA draft in 2027 as well. I mean, I think I'd be unstoppable, but I'm a team first guy. I'm a pass first kind of player. I do the little things. I led my team in all 5 major stat categories at Iowa State University. So I do a little bit of everything. I'll do whatever the coach needs me to do. I'll do whatever the girls need me to do.
So that's NBA first-round draft pick Royce White identifying as a sometimes identifying transgender woman. It was absolutely brilliant. It's the very definition of demonstrating absurdity by being absurd, which the great Rush Limbaugh made an art form out of. But as it turns out, those announcements were just the beginning of the WNBA's nightmare. Meet the French basketball player Julie Tétart, originally born Julien Tétart. Julie is a 34-year-old transgender woman playing for Monaco in the French Women's Basketball League. Needless to say, as you can imagine, Julie has dominated the league, winning Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and Domestic Player of the Year in Europe, which caused Outkick founder Clay Travis to call for Julie's immediate drafting into the WNBA. This is exactly the kind of player that all of these woke virtue signalers said they would be happy to play against. Okay, let's see it. And when contacted about it, Julie actually entertained the idea. Of course, who wouldn't imagine being given the opportunity to play in the WNBA? However, as things stand, the WNBA has gone silent. They're silent over whether they would invite the French player to play in the league, even though they've been openly virtue signaling that the league is open to everyone who identifies as a woman, whatever that is.